Good afternoon, Bay Nation. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Bay. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and today we're going over players that I love and hate in Week 12. We'll also be discussing my picks for every game against the spread. So without further ado, let's get it started. Quarterbacks that I love, hate, and a couple sleepers for Week 12. Starting with CJ Stroud. You better get used to this matchup with Stroud versus Trevor Lawrence because this rivalry isn't going anywhere. And Stroud shows what's up in his first matchup with the Jaguars. I'm looking forward to the second matchup in this new rivalry. Next up, Joshua Dobbs. Going up against Chicago, who clearly don't scare you. Dobbs should be showing out this week. The quarterback I hate this week, Russell Wilson. Going up against Cleveland, that's a terrible matchup. Stay away if you can. And a few, quote, sleepers. Trevor Lawrence had his best game of the year last week, and I think that he has another great game against Houston. He can't get shown up by the Rook twice, right? Then a deep sleeper in Derek Carr, a quarterback that hasn't scored 20 points all year. Goes up against Atlanta, who is the worst team in the league against the quarterback position. Fire up your Derek Carrs. Wide receivers that I love, hate, and a couple sleepers for Week 12. I love Adam Thielen. Thielen goes against the Titans, who have been the worst team against the wide receiver position when you adjust for the schedule. He's gonna dominate this matchup. I hate Jacoby Myers. Kansas City's defense is one of the best in the league, and I don't trust the quarterback. Hard pass. If you're not Devontae Adams, I'm not starting you. Myers is an easy pass for me. A sleeper is Josh Downs, going up against the Bucs, who are banged up and giving up the 5th most points to the wide receiver position. Fire up your Downs. And I really like Zay Flowers, but he's questionable. If Zay Flowers plays, I think that he's going to get an increase in targets with Mark Andrews out, and this Chargers matchup should be a nice back and forth affair. Fire up your Zay Flowers if he plays. You're gonna have to monitor that one. Running backs I love and hate in Week 12. King Henry going against the Carolina Panthers. I think this is the perfect opportunity for the King to have a bounce back week. Isaiah Pacheco against the Raiders. Chiefs should be up in this game, meaning they're gonna need to run the ball. And Jarrett McKinnon is gonna be out in this matchup, so his target should increase as well. Fire up your Isaiah Pacheco. Also, Raiders run defense is mid at best. Rachaad White has been on fire, and if he plays in this matchup, you gotta start him up. The Colts are terrible against the running back position, but you're gonna have to monitor this because Rachaad White is questionable at the moment. But if he plays, I think he should be pretty good. Running back I hate this week, James Cook, going up against that vaunted Philadelphia Eagles defense. Hard pass. If you got an alternative, use it. I'm not trying to start Cook this week. Tight ends that I love in Week 12. Trey McBride. He had a down week last week, but he did have 7 targets. There's a chance that Marquise Brown doesn't play in this game, and regardless, I think that Trey McBride needs to be in lineups. Evan Ingram is in a matchup that should be a high-flying affair. I think he's going to have to get involved. Fire up your Evan Ingram, obviously. Dalton Schultz has had 3 games in a row with double-digit fantasy points. I don't think this one will be any different. Houston versus Jacksonville, I want a piece of this game. Fire him up. Defenses that I love, hate, and you know I had to get you a sleeper. I love the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Raiders. Raiders don't have an offense to scare you, and the Chiefs defense is fierce. The Cleveland Browns might be the best defense in the league, and they get to go up against the Denver Broncos. I think we're going to see some sacks in this matchup. One defense that I hate this week, the Buffalo Bills going up against Philly. Hard pass. The Eagles can score at will, and I don't think the Bills are going to be good enough to stop them. I mean, they're not going to get to beat up on the Jets every week. And my sleeper defense, other than the Miami Dolphins, which I told you to play earlier this week, the New England Patriots going up against the Giants. Yeah, Tommy DeVito did work against the Commanders, but Bill Belichick has a history of harassing rookie quarterbacks. I don't think this is going to be any different. Fire up the Patriots. That's enough of love-hate. Let's get into my pigskin pick'em. And I'm currently on a little bit of a heater. You see this fire mark right here? That means I am fuego. 89 right, 79 wrong against the spread. 90 percentile on ESPN. Let's make it 91 this week. I already got 4 games right this week. Let's see if we can get a clean sweep. Packers, yup. Them boys took care of business. 49ers outclassed the Seahawks. And the Dolphins put a rookie in his place. Moving on to the Saints versus the Falcons. Give me the Saints in this matchup. I think that they just have a better all-around team, offense and defense. And I don't trust the Falcons quarterback. Steelers versus Bengals. Steelers are 1.5 point favorites. Give me the Steelers. Mike Tomlin is a fantastic coach, and the Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. I think the Steelers take care of business. Panthers at Titans. Titans are 3.5 point favorites. Give me the Panthers in this one. I don't think the Panthers win, but I think they can lose by a field goal. Neither one of these teams are scoring very many points, and I think the Panthers keep it close. Bucks at Colts. Colts are 2.5 point favorites. Give me my Bucks in this one. I just don't think the Colts are very good, and I think the Bucks can take care of business. Patriots at Giants. Patriots are 2.5-point favorites. 61% of the public is going with the Giants. No, thank you. Give me the Patriots. Bill Belichick takes care of rookie quarterbacks. Defense wins this game by 3. One of the games of the week. Jaguars at Texans. Jaguars are 0.5 favorite. This is a straight up pick 'em. Give me the Jaguars. They lost the first time these teams matched up, and they need to prove that this is still their division. They thought it was going to be easy, and CJ Stroud said, hold my drink. Jaguars win. Close match. Browns at Broncos. Broncos are 2.5-point favorites. Give me the Browns. I just love their defense. I think this one can go either way, but I think the Browns running game and defense can get some work done. Rams at Cardinals. Rams are another pick 'em. Give me the Rams in this matchup. They should have Cooper Kupp back, and I think they're a better all-around team. Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites. I'm going to take the Raiders in this one with the points. 9.5 points is a lot of points, and the Chiefs offense is having problems. I'm nervous about this one, but 9.5 points is a lot for a home team. Bills at Eagles. Eagles are 3.5-point favorites. I'm pleased about this spread because if it was 2.5, I'd be going Eagles. But I got to take the Bills in this one. 3.5, too many points. Same with this one. Ravens at Chargers. Ravens are 4.5-point favorites without Mark Andrews. Yes, they got an incredible defense. And yes, the Chargers dropped an unbelievable amount of balls last week. I still think they keep it within 4.5. Yes, please. Give me the Chargers. Bears at Vikings. Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. I'll take the Vikings in this one. They're the better team. I think they should pull away late. It is a divisional matchup, so I think there's a chance it's closer. But I just think the Vikings are better all around offensively and defensively. And the total points in this game, give me 44. I don't see it being high scoring. We're getting pretty late in the season. It's time to start making some moves. If your trade deadline isn't over, you should be watching my tips and tricks videos for your trades. For those of you who aren't in the playoffs yet, you should be looking at the schedule for the rest of the season. The ones that know they're making the playoffs should be looking at the playoff matchups here. I got plenty of videos that will help you dominate your league. It's crunch time now. We got to get going. We need to get you to the playoffs. Good luck this week. Peace.